Hello students, let us continue chapter 1 rational numbers. In the previous class, we discussed 7 questions of exercise 1.1. Let us now continue exercise 1.1, question number 8. Is 8 by 9 the multiplicative inverse of minus 1, 1 by 8? Why or why not? Here we are asked, is 8 by 9 the multiplicative inverse of minus 1, 1 by 8? So we need to explain if it is, then why is it, and if it is not the multiplicative inverse, then why it is not the multiplicative inverse. So let us see the solution to find out. Here we will be solving the mixed fraction that is given to us minus 1, 1 by 8. So this is equal to 8 multiplied by minus 1 plus 1. So this will be equal to minus 8 plus 1 divided by 8. So this is equal to minus 7 upon 8. Now for multiplicative inverse, when we multiply this with 8 by 9, we should get the answer equal to 1. So when we multiply 8 by 9 with minus 7 by 8, the 8's get cancelled and the answer is equal to minus 7 upon 9. Since this is not equal to 1, we can say that 8 by 9 is not the multiplicative inverse of minus 1, 1 by 8, as product of two multiplicative inverse is always 1, and here the product is not equal to 1. Therefore 8 by 9 is not the multiplicative inverse of minus 1, 1 by 8. Question number 9. Is 0.3 the multiplicative inverse of 3, 1 by 3? Why or why not? Now just like question number 8, in question number 9, we need to check whether 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse of 3, 1 by 3. If it is the multiplicative inverse, then we need to tell why it is, and if it is not, then we need to state why it is not the multiplicative inverse, just like we did for question number 8. So let us see the solution. Here we know that 0.3 is equal to 3 by 10 and the mixed fraction 3 1 by 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 3 plus 1 divided by 3. So this will be equal to 9 plus 1 divided by 3, which is equal to 10 by 3. So when we multiply these two, that is 0.3 and 3 1 by 3, we will be actually multiplying 3 by 10 and 10 by 3. So here these get cancelled and this will be equal to 1. Therefore, the multiplicative inverse of 3 1 by 3 is 0.3, because when we multiply, the answer is 1. In this way, you need to write the solution in your notebook. Question number 10. Write first the rational number that does not have a reciprocal. Second, the rational numbers that are equal to their reciprocals. Third, the rational number that is equal to its negative. So in question number 10, we need to write rational numbers, and firstly we are asked to write a rational number that does not have a reciprocal. Now you all know the meaning of reciprocal or multiplicative inverse. The reciprocal of 2 is 1 by 2. Because how can we write 2? We can write 2 as 2 upon 1. Then the reciprocal is equal to 1 by 2. The similar manner, consider the rational number 5 by 6. The reciprocal of 5 by 6 is 6 by 5. So when we multiply these two, we get the answer equal to 1. So we are asked that we need to write a rational number that does not have a reciprocal. That means we cannot write that rational number. If it is a, then we cannot write it as 1 by a. we need to find such a rational number. So all the rational numbers we know, be it 1 or be it some other rational number 5 by 9, all of these have reciprocals. But consider the rational number 0. We all know that 0 can be written as 0 upon 1, or 0 can be written as 0 upon any other number, because we get the answer equal to 0. So consider if 0 is written as 0 upon 1 like every other integer. Here, can we write it as 1 upon 0? Because if we do so, then here the denominator will be equal to 0. And the condition for rational number is that for p by q, q should not be equal to 0. So here 1 by 0, 0 is the denominator, that means q will be equal to 0. So this is not defined. That is why we don't have the reciprocal of the number 0. So here the rational number that does not have a reciprocal is 0. Because we cannot write 0 as 1 upon 0. If a number is divided by 0, then it is not defined. In the second part, we are asked the rational numbers that are equal to their reciprocals. Consider the rational number 1. This can be written as 1 upon 1, and the reciprocal will also be equal to 1 upon 1. Then we can say that the reciprocal of the rational number 1 is equal to it. That is, 1 is equal to its reciprocal. But here in the question we are told rational numbers. That means more than 1. There are two numbers that are equal to their reciprocal. First number is 1. Consider minus 1. Minus 1 can be written as minus 1 upon 1. And what will its reciprocal be? It is 1 upon minus 1. But we write minus in the numerator. So here we can say that the reciprocal of minus 1 is also equal to minus 1. So the rational numbers that are equal to their reciprocals are 1 and minus 1. Lastly, we are asked to write the rational number that is equal to its negative. That is, there should be a rational number a, or say p by q, that should be equal to its negative. So consider all the rational numbers. The exception is for the case of 0. Because in the case of 0, we do not write it as minus 0 or plus 0. It is just 0. So the rational number that is equal to its negative is 0. Negative also means additive inverse. So there should be a number a जिसके साथ हम उसका अगर नेगेटिव ऐड करेंगे, then what number should we get? We should get 0. So consider this with 0 plus 0. Then also the answer is equal to 0. So from this also we can say the negative of 0 is 0 itself. Therefore the rational number that is equal to its negative is 0. Question number 11. Fill in the blanks. First, 0 has dash reciprocal. So in this question we are asked 0 has dash reciprocal. That means how many reciprocals does 0 have? And we know that a rational number that does not have a reciprocal is 0. So 0 has no reciprocals. That is the answer. Secondly, we are asked the numbers dash and dash are their own reciprocals. So just like part 2 of question number 10, the rational numbers that are equal to their reciprocals are minus 1 and 1. So therefore the numbers minus 1 and 1 are their own reciprocals. Next, in the third part, we are asked the reciprocal of minus 5 is dash. So minus 5 can be written as minus 5 upon 1. What will be its reciprocal? It will be 1 upon minus 5, which we write as minus 1 upon 5. Therefore, the reciprocal of minus 5 is minus 1 upon 5. Question number 4. The reciprocal of 1 upon x, where x is not equal to 0, is dash. So here we all know the reciprocal of 1 upon x will be equal to x upon 1, which we can simply write as x itself. Therefore, the reciprocal of x, where x is not equal to 0, is x. Next, we are asked, the product of two rational numbers is always a dash. Now, we all know the answer to this question. Take any two rational numbers and multiply it. The answer will always be a rational number because of closure property of multiplication of two rational numbers. So here the product of two rational numbers is always a rational number. Sixth, the reciprocal of a positive rational number is dash. Now consider any positive rational number 2 by 7. This is a positive rational number. So the reciprocal will be 7 by 2, which is again positive. But if this number was negative, then the reciprocal would also have been negative. But here, since it is a positive rational number, the reciprocal is also positive. So here, the reciprocal of a positive rational number is positive. Let us now discuss the next topic, representation of rational numbers on the number line. You have learned to represent natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and rational numbers on a number line. So let us revise them first. We have natural numbers and this is the natural number line. It begins from 1. We know that 1 is the smallest natural number. Because of this reason, this line cannot be extended towards the left of 1. Towards the left of 1 because there is no natural number smaller than 1. So this line can only be extended towards the right side of 1 indefinitely. Next we have whole numbers and the whole number begin with 0. Next we have whole numbers. Beginning from 0, the line extends indefinitely to the right, but from 0 we cannot extend it towards the left because whole numbers starts from 0. There are no numbers to the left of 0. Next, we have integers and in this number line, we can see that the line can be extended to both right and left sides. That is, we have numbers to the right of 0 and we have integers to the left of 0 as well. So, after minus 3, we have minus 4 and so on till minus infinity, and here we have 5, 6 and so on till infinity. So this was the number line for integers. Now we are asked, do you see any numbers between minus 1 and 0 or 0 and 1 etc. So we know that the numbers between 0 and 1 do not belong to integers. Consider the number 1 by 2. This belongs between 0 and 1. How can we say that? Because when we divide 1 with 2, here it will be 0 because 1 is smaller and we are left with the remainder 1. After the decimal point, we add a 0. So this becomes 10. So 2 5s are 10. So minus 10 we get the answer. The remainder as 0. So the decimal expansion is 0.5. We can write 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. So from this, we can say that on the number line, 1 by 2 belongs between 0 and 1. But it does not belong to the set of integers. We can find 1 by 2 under rational numbers because it is written in the P by Q form. So here between 0 and 1, we can find 1 by 2. And between 0 and minus 1, we have minus 1 by 2. That is, this distance between 0 and 1 is divided into two equal parts and this point is 1 by 2. In the similar manner, the distance between 0 and minus 1 is divided into two equal parts and this point here represents minus 1 by 2. In the similar manner, in the next number line, we can see points 0 and 1 and here we are given 1 by 3. as you can see, this distance is divided into 3 equal parts. So this will be 1 by 3, and in place of question mark we will have 2 by 3, and this point 1, it will be 3 by 3. So this is equal to 1 itself. So the distance between 0 and 1 is divided into 3 equal parts, and the first point can be labeled 1 by 3, the second point can be labeled 2 by 3, and the third point is 3 by 3, which is equal to 1. So now you know how to represent 1 by 3 or 2 by 3 on the number line. It lies between 0 and 1. So let this point be 1 over here. And as you can see, there are 1, 2 and 3 divisions between 0 and 1. So this can be written as 0 by 3. This point after 0, it will be 1 by 3. As you saw earlier, this will be 2 by 3. And this you can write as 3 by 3. 3 by 3, that means 1. So between 0 and 1, we can find the number, rational number 1 by 3. So this is how we will represent 1 by 3 on the rational number line. Next, what if we continue this? That is, after 3 by 3, we will have 4 by 3. Then we have 5 by 3, 6 by 3. Then we have 7 by 3. Here this point is 8 by 3, and over here this point is 9 by 3. In this way we can write as many rational numbers as we want with denominator 3. So here you can see this 6 divided by 3, it is also equal to 2. So this point is equal to 2. In the similar manner, when we divide 9 with 3, we have the number 3. So between the rational numbers 1 and 2, we have 4 by 3 and 5 by 3. There are many more other rational numbers, but here we can say that the rational number, say 5 by 3, this lies between 1 and 2 on the number line. Similarly, if we wanted to plot the rational number 7 by 3 on the number line, then 7 by 3 lies between 6 by 3 and 9 by 3. That means 7 by 3 lies between 2 and 3 on the number line over here. What if we were asked to represent the number 2 by 8 on the number line? How can we represent the rational number 2 by 8? First of all, we need to find out between which two numbers does 2 by 8 belong. So here we can simply divide 8, and here we will write 2. So we are dividing 2 with 8. So 0 point. So this becomes 20, and the closest number is 2's are minus 16. We are left with the denominator 4. So here comes 40, and here we have 5. So minus 40, and the remainder is 0. So we can say that 2 by 8 is equal to 0.25. So 0.25, that means 0 के बाद लेकिन 1 से पहले. 0 point है तो it will always come after 0 and before 1. So 2 by 8, it lies between 0 and 1. Now here look at the denominator. The denominator is 8. That means we have to make 8 equal divisions between 0 and 1 on the number line, like so. Here, as you can see, there are 8 divisions between 0 and 1. So this can be written as 0 by 8. This will be 1 by 8. This is 2 by 8. And 8 by 8. So here, beginning from 0 by 8 till 8 by 8, we have some rational numbers between 0 and 1. Now we are asked to represent 2 by 8 on the number line. So here, as you can see, at this point you can name A. The point A represents 2 by 8 on the number line. The rational number 2 by 8, it lies between 0 and 1 on the number line. any rational number can be represented on the number line in this way. In a rational number, the numeral below the bar, that is the denominator, tells the number of equal parts into which the first unit has been divided. The numeral above the bar, that is the numerator, tells how many of these parts are considered. So here in this case, the rational number 2 by 8. It means that out of 8 equal parts, 2 parts are considered. The next topic we are going to discuss is rational numbers between two rational numbers. Let us begin with natural numbers. Consider the natural number 1 and 5. Now, how many natural numbers can you find between 1 and 5? The answer is very simple, right? You can find 3 natural numbers, 2, 3 and 4 between 1 and 5. What about 7 and 9? How many whole numbers can you find between 7 and 9? There is only one. The whole number, which is also natural number 8, lies between 7 and 9. And how about how many natural numbers or how many integers can you find between 10 and 11? 10 और 11 के बीच में आपको कितने integers मिलेंगे? The answer to this question is none. You will not get any integers or natural numbers or whole numbers between 10 and 11. But that is not the case for rational numbers. You can find infinitely many rational numbers between two rational numbers. Because here we can write 10 as, just like we wrote 1 is equal to 8 by 8 while representing numbers on the rational number line, 10 it can be written as 30 divided by 3. Here the denominator is 3. In the similar manner, 11 it can be written as 33 divided by 3 because it is equal to 11, right? 10 can be written as 30 divided by 3 because we wanted the denominator as 3. This is very simple, not at all difficult. How am I writing this? Here 10 is equal to 10 upon 1, right? Now I am telling you I want the denominator equal to 4. So for that I will multiply the denominator with 4 and the same will be done to the numerator as well. So this can be written as 40 by 4. In the similar manner for 11 can be written as 11 upon 1. Again मुझे denominator में 4 चाहिए तो I will multiply this with 4. सिर्फ denominator में multiply नहीं कर सकते, so I will be multiplying it with the numerator as well. So this is equal to 44 upon 4. So now 10 is 30 by 3 which is also 40 by 4 and 11 is 33 by 3 which is also 44 by 4. Now 30 by 3 and 33 by 3 के बीच में आप लोगों को 31 by 3 and 32 by 3. These two rational numbers can be obtained. In the similar manner, between 40 by 4 and 44 by 4, you can get 41, 42, 43 all with denominator 4. So 41 by 4, 42 by 4 and 43 by 4. These are three rational numbers between 10 and 11. That is 10 को हमने 40 by 4 लिखा. So this is actually equal to 10. So in this way we can find rational numbers between two rational numbers. Now consider another rational number which are already in the P by Q form, that is 3 by 10 and 7 by 10. These are two rational numbers and you can see that between them we have 4 by 10, 5 by 10 and 6 by 10. These are the three rational numbers between 3 by 10 and 7 by 10. But are these the only rational numbers? The answer is no, because 3 by 10, this can be written as 30 upon 100. That is, here the denominator is 10, but I want the denominator to be equal to 100. So I will multiply this with 10 The same goes to the numerator. So 3 by 10 is equal to 30 upon 100. In the similar manner, 7 by 10 is equal to 70 upon 100. So between these two, we have 31 upon 100, 32 upon 100 and so on till 69 upon 100. All these rational numbers lie between 30 upon 100 and 70 upon 100. So here we got 3. Here we got some more. In the similar manner, 3 by 10 can be written as 3000 upon 10,000. In this way also we can write 3 by 10. Also in the similar manner we can write 7 by 10 as 7,000 upon 10,000, because the zeros, these will get cancelled and we will get 3 by 10. So we can say that between these two rational numbers also we can find a lot more rational numbers. So what I am trying to say is, you will find that you get countless rational numbers between any two given rational numbers.